Welcome, my friends, to whatever this is. I'm back. I've got Notability open. I've got my sweet stylus. Um, this is a Mixu stylus. So if Mixu wishes to get in touch with me after seeing the incredible work I've been doing with this, they are welcome to. I just ate. I ate. It is a lazy Saturday morning, and I'm going to learn to draw some trees. Will they be happy? Will they be little? I make no promises. I chose this video because it looks cool, but it's only 11 minutes, and that's important because this is already taking up enough of our time.
Welcome to this drawing video. In this video, I want to show you how to draw trees. I'll show you a few different examples of trees that I like to use in some of my landscape drawings, and I will also just give some advice and tips along the way.
Okay.
In terms of materials, I like to use HB and 2B pencils for the outlines, and then later on for the shading, I was using 4B and 6B pencils.
Yeah, well, I have my own tools.
To smooth some of the shading, I was using a blending stick, and then to add some highlighting along some of the leaves and bark, I was using a small eraser. But please don't worry at all about any of the equipment you have. As long as you have any pencil and any paper in front of you, you'll be able to work on this drawing and create something similar. As you can see, for this small oak tree, I started by roughly sketching the trunk and some of the main branches. And my advice when you're working on this stage is to have a very light grip on the pencil, working on some very light outlines. You don't want to add any dark outlines for a drawing like this, starting with very basic sketches to begin with and just slowly developing the shape. In terms of references, I highly recommend going outside and taking some photos. I've recently been doing it a lot, and it's such a fun and rewarding process to get those references and then put them into your work. I've found that doing things this way has also helped me to notice more detail. Like I wanted to add that knot in the tree towards the bottom. I was really looking forward to adding some shading to this. In terms of the branches, don't think too much about how exactly you want the branches to look. It will benefit your drawing so much if you have a relaxed hand and a relaxed wrist and you approach it much more organically, just working on each branch as you get to it. If you do have any reference images in front of you, I really recommend not to copy them. It's so nice to use photos for inspiration. That also helps with the relaxing aspect of it, because if you are thinking too much about the process, I find this ends up making the drawing look a lot more awkward and planned.
Well, I don't know if this is a how-to so much as a pro tips video, turns out. So thanks, Lethal Chris. This is aimed at someone more experienced than I am, but you know what? Great people do things before they're ready, to quote Amy Poehler. So let's... Oh my god. All right. A light hand. Can I make this slightly lighter? Like, can I make it... Okay, so like, just make some lines. I'm actually self-conscious about this. All right, so there's a little line. We'll make, get that little knot. Them roots. Okay, it's okay. You know what? What if I do get good? What if I do a good job? And then there's people at home who are just cheering. And I bring hope to the world and I heal all divide between the nations. I think that's a real possibility here. And yes, I am just copying this guy's tree because, like, you kidding? I'm not going outside. Not right now. I sat down to make a video. And no, I do not pre-screen these videos. Because I want us all to have the experience together of me being really underprepared for this, and this not being a very professional series of videos. Okay. Okay. So we got that. I want to make it pointy, right? We want pointy branches. Branches, in my experience, pretty pointy. Definitely one of the things I would use to describe branches of trees is pointy. Let's make that several lines. I bet if any of you at home are artists of any sort, you're just like, oh my god, Will's discovered the basic principles of drawing. Use many lines instead of one line. Yeah, so you get that. You get to have that experience. You're welcome. Now let's see. Let's get another branch on this side. I'm not going to go nearly as tall because apparently I'm not as efficient with space as this person is. So let's see. I can't really see his whole tree. There we go. Show me that tree. Show me that big old tree. All right, it goes all the way out here. And we got it's a little narrow branch. And it's gonna poke out this way. I have to. Can I zoom out? No, no. That is a futile gesture. I got to do the thing that always makes me feel so cool in Notability is the cut and drag. I think that I don't know. It just feels like I'm a master. Like I know what I'm doing. Like I'll just take this whole loosely defined set of things, and I'll move it around like some kind of god. Okay. Yep. That branch is bigger than the trunk of the tree for me. So try to make it smaller. It's going to look silly still, but you know, at least it's not just bigger than the trunk. Because in my experience, if the branch is bigger than the trunk, it's going to fall. Not that I have that much experience with trees, you know. I like trees; they're cool, but I'm not like a tree master. I'm not a forest ranger. I don't have the power of the forest. Though if anyone's hiring, you know, I'd do it. It'd be fun. Okay, we're gonna cap out there. So this what? No, I don't want to change the title. It's something people work with paper I never have to deal with. Okay, so this has two big branches and then just kind of a bunch of hairs at the top. So yeah, well, you know what? Better than I thought it might be so far. Pleasant surprises with Will. Let's see what else. Okay, so I got to go back to the position I was at.
Blending stick.
Oops. Oh, you got some relaxing music. I don't have that.
When it came to working on the shading of this tree, I was imagining that the sun was shining from the left, and so I would need to place the shadows on the right side. So
the sun shining from the left. You know, I'm going to keep watching.
Starting from the roots of the tree first and working my way upwards, I started placing the dark shading towards the right of each of the segments of the bark and trying to add some twists and shapes to the texture of the bark by placing some of that dark shading and then blending across it with my blending stick. It's also helped in some areas towards the left side of the tree to use my small Tombow.
Yeah, that. I don't know if this is going to do anything worthwhile. I'm going to add some extra lines here. Then we're going to get to shading. And let's, you know what? Why not try to one-up this picture and go use the power of Notability, which is it's going to be a disaster. I can color things in. So here's my base color. of the tree. Just using some highlighter here. It's a little bit big for the tree, I know. I color outside the line sometimes. I'm just a free thinker like that. And then I guess we'll make it a little darker. I think this tree could use a little just that darkness everywhere. Man, it might need another layer. This is, oh my God, you can't even see it. I apologize for my recording setup. It's because I don't want to do more. Anyway, that color is kind of pleasant, isn't it? I think it needs another layer though, like just overall. So let's get it even a little more browny, or as some would call it, brown. See, now we can tell it's a tree. But probably. Okay, I think it needs more like them lines. So how do I make like those little gentle lines? Oh man, I kind of like that gray on top of it, the way the gray looks underneath the shading. So let's see if I can do that. It's okay, we'll shade it out. We'll add another layer of shading on the right-hand side. And this could easily ruin everything. But we can all be happy with the fact that it probably wasn't very good to begin with. Isn't that comforting? Let's see, does it look like I hoped it would underneath the extra layer of shading? Not really. Not yet, anyway. Well, then why did it work on the one layer, but not the other one? Now I'm getting pretty ambitious, despite the fact that this tree is starting to look less and less like a tree. Okay. So the way I've drawn this tree, it kind of looks like it could be an evil tree. Maybe I don't know. What does it have on those branches? Oh, you know what? Someone carved a heart into it. But that's not a heart. Okay, that's not a heart either. I wanted to draw like half a heart, but I can't even draw a whole heart. And we'll fill that in with a little brown. But the problem is they awoke the tree because the tree was angry about it. And what does a tree have in its branches? You know what? It's got a nest. You know, I want to make those. I'm gonna make those brown. Gonna make that brown nest. And there's some eggs. That's not good. God. Sure, we'll call those eggs. Maybe it's a little Satan. I just feel like it needs a little color. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do Satan halfway. I'm gonna draw a full size. I'm gonna use my new favorite tool. Notability does not have a fill feature, but I can, fill this in pretty good. We'll give them a little more definition. And the legs and the horns. Actually, we'll just fill in that face and then. There we go. There's Satan. And what would even out Satan? I guess we'll draw a little happy face on those birds' eggs. That's too big. Make a very small point. And what else? What else does this tree have? You know what? It has a single leaf. No, you know what? I should do that part after I color it in. The leaf is green. Now this is important because this tree, despite the havoc it's about to unleash upon the world of humans, still has the capacity for good, and we can tell because it's still got one green leaf. You know what? This heart, when the human teenagers carved it in. It cracked in the tree's crust. Like, they didn't make a broken heart, but it cracked because the tree was angry about it. That's a good tree. What is the name of this tree? Oh, wrathful. And I don't know what kind of leaf that is, but we're going to pretend like it's an elm leaf. There we go. Oh, you should see my signature. Wrathful Elm. I know I'm live. So, I think we're going to call this a success. I have learned how to draw trees. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Rate 5 stars. Call your representatives and ding the bell for notifications or something. I'm going to stop making this now. Bye.